Hey friends, welcome back to the L2LT Gaming Podcast. Coming back this week, we're now at the midsummer of 2023. Apart from the occasional beach days, well, I can't say occasion for you, Jax, since you're living on a beach.
Whoop whoop.
It's also time for Steam Summer Sales. The weather around this time of the year in Hong Kong is either unbearably hot or it's raining. Not to mention, typhoon season is also around the corner, which means we might have an extra day or two to stay at home. And with Steam sales here, it's just better for us to stay indoor and enjoy the cozy gaming time. The focus of the episode will be on Steam sale, but instead of discussing a list of games we might buy, my co-host Jax came up with an idea to make the sales more interesting by turning it into a gifting game between ourselves. We will go more into the details later in the episode, so stay tuned. So, once again, I'm your host Ron. Welcoming back as usual is my good friend and co-host Jax.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. This is going to be a fun one. That's just the perfect excuse to buy more games.
Yeah. Okay, so before we do our usual catch-up, let us begin by following up on one of the games we discussed in the last episode, namely Payday 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, since the first gameplay trailer from the last episode from the game showed, we were a bit disappointed. We both agreed it was more like a Payday 2.5, and we don't see too much new mechanics for the games. But since then, developer Starbreeze and their partners had shown us more. Not only did they release a 20 minutes gameplay footage, but they also released a few episodes of Death Diaries. For the 20 minutes footage, it features two heists, the first one being the traditional bank job, like the one we played back in Payday 2. I think it's the Trust Bank, right, Jax?
I think so. It did look more spacious and bigger, but it could be because it's now set in New York rather than Washington.
Yes, exactly. A new settings with different kind of areas. So it's probably a different kind of bank. Maybe still Trust Bank, but a different branch. During the gameplay, they show two different kind of approaches, which is loud and stealth, while another heist is stealth operation at an art gallery. After watching these new gameplay and information, I've got to say, it did bring my hype level back up a bit for Payday. Now, Jax, I know you've seen a bit more of a more condensed version of the footage. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I didn't actually know there was a 20-minute. I simply watched the IGN catch-up on the game.
Yeah.
And so I guess they were reporting on the 20-minute footage, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And, just looking back, and we chatted about this, and sometimes we just feel like the old days were much better than it was. Like I shared the story that I went back to Left 4 Dead 2 like 4 years ago, thinking that it would just be as good. But when I loaded it in, it just wasn't anything like I imagined and remembered. So I only played one game and deleted it. So ever since we talked about this and looked into the new gameplay, I looked back into the old Payday 2 gameplay, and definitely I can finally see the graphics improvement you were talking about. Because at the start I was like, I don't see anything different.
Yeah, exactly. I get exactly what you mean, because I think one of the main reason for it is the big contrast compared to other games that was on the show, like Starfield and Fable and Forza. So compared to other games, the game looked a little bit old, and it was actually designed on Unreal Engine 4, which the devs are saying they will port to Unreal Engine 5 post-launch.
No, that would be amazing.
And I do agree with you on the Left 4 Dead and Payday 2 graphics, because I was thinking like they look exactly the same as before, but after I reviewed some old Payday 2 gameplay footage, it's just a bit more improved compared to that.
Yeah, and just looking into, say, the... so right now the bank heists look pretty similar, as we talked about, but I feel like the new including mechanics, things like disarming bombs from the cache, will just slow you down, which is great. It's just Payday, like us trying to take our time. Can you remember the first 2 years of us playing that game? We never could complete a stealth mission because we're always too greedy also. So I'm looking forward to that. And like just looking at the art gallery one, like initially I thought back there were one or two missions which were similar, and we never chose those because we knew it wasn't our team. Because we had someone,
Yeah.
Timmy, who just never could not could keep the
He's
gun
not
not
able to finish
fired,
the
right?
game. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
so but it looks good.
Yeah, and have you watched the Death Diaries? That I just found out about it earlier today. So I was watching one of them, and they mentioned there's new game phases between stealth and loud. So in the new game, there's going to be two more phases. One is search and one is negotiation. During search, you're going to the guards are going to search for you, and during negotiation, you can trade the hostage for more time, or you can save the hostage for later use, like rescuing your downed teammates or with different kind of resources
Yep.
to trade in for later on in the game. I didn't see too much about these kind of mechanics, so I'm quite looking forward to it since the old phases are just pretty binary. It's a bit
Yep.
straightforward from stealth to loud, and there's more. This time there's more insight, so I'm looking to see if there's any different kind of game. I mean, different kind of style we can do.
Yeah, like looking into that, correct me if I'm wrong, but there wasn't the hostage element. Like we had the hostage, but could you trade hostage in from the first game?
Yeah, we did. We did. I remember that we can trade hostage for a down teammate or a captured teammate.
I thought that was a new
Yeah.
mechanic, so I'm wrong. Anyway, but I'm like overall, like just to wrap up so we can continue, it does look like a good game. And hey, best thing about it, I think we can agree we will
Yes.
definitely play it from day 1 or 3.
But anyway, so moving on, a quick mention on another game that we did mention last episode, and it's Starfield. So
Yep.
Starfield had confirmed it's going to be locked at 30 FPS on consoles. Well, as you know, Jax, I'm a big fan of high frame rate.
Oh yeah.
Usually, minimum for me is around 60 FPS. If a game has a performance mode with it locked to 60, I'll just go for it without skipping a heartbeat. But with my recent experience, I start to get it why Bethesda have decided to cap it at 30.
So what was the experience?
Oh yeah, so last week I didn't have access to my PC since my wife was using it most of the time, which given me some time with my PS5. And it didn't take long before I caved in and bought Final Fantasy 16. Yeah. So
You should have
after
waited. I would
experiencing
put that in.
yeah, but well, I was in the living room just watching some Netflix stuff, which I wasn't too interested in, so I caved in and bought it.
Nice.
And after experiencing it firsthand with the demo and reading about the issue of the performance mode of the game, I've decided to give the quality mode a try, which is locked at 30 FPS. To my surprise, it works quite well. Well, from the first transition to 60 to 30, it does look a bit more jittery, but after a while I get used to it and I'm playing it like normal. And it's firmly locked at 30 FPS, no dips, which at 60 FPS the resolution keeps on changing, causing the overall image quality to blur out, and during some scenes it even drops the FPS down to around 30 as well. So the difference of FPS is making the game less smooth. And using the quality mode and the FPS lock at 30, the overall experience is more stable and even, which is exactly what Starfield Bethesda themselves is aiming for. So I get why they are going for the 30 FPS now.
Yeah, definitely. Like when you used to tell me about the frame rate, because I've always gamed on consoles and on a old HD TV, so I've never really looked into it. Obviously, if I try it on the phone and things, I can see the difference. Like on my iPad Pro, it's great. It's just smooth. And
Yeah.
like for me, I've always felt it as I've always treated frame rate as just general lag in games. So I never really thought about the frame rate, but just thought about, oh, the game's just chugging. But
Yeah.
recently, I have to say, I am starting to see the difference between 30 and 60. I wouldn't say it's night and
Yes.
day yet. I see, as I mentioned last time with you when we were talking outside of the episode, I see the color on displays more than frame rate still. I can see P3
Yes.
better than RGB. I can see the difference from that. But frame rate, I'm starting to experience it and I'm starting to get it. And as you mentioned, always, you just keep telling me that the best thing is just a stable frame rate.
Yeah, so it's not just all about frame rate. So since I was using the quality mode at 30 FPS, there's still some issues like the motion blur, and it cannot be turned off. But as of today, I just checked just now, they released a new patch for Final Fantasy 16 that enables me to turn off motion blur. I tried it a little bit before I come in for the podcast and see it. The motion sickness I was feeling at the beginning of the quality mode is gone, kind of. So I'm quite happy about it. So I hope Starfield had the option to turn off motion blur. And also, I think Starfield is going to support FSR2, which is an upscale technology by AMD, while Final Fantasy is still somehow using the first variation of it. So yeah, so maybe Starfield, even at
Let's
30
hope so.
FPS.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, and let's hope you upgrade your Xbox to Series X more now.
Oh, I'm still very tempted, but you know me, I've been telling you, nowadays I just, if ever I want to spend money and have the urge, I just end up deciding of putting more money into cameras. Yeah, because I
Absolutely.
feel like
You need
double
way more
down,
than that.
right? If you're gonna spend anything, just
Yeah.
double down and just get best in one thing.
Yeah, I feel like if I visit you in UK, you're going to have a whole gallery of cameras in your living room by then.
I don't know. I hope not, because like, who knows? Let's see. I do want to get some cars, but
All right.
I'm looking forward to having a garage and then get a few classics.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah,
Like
but we
owning
can.
a car in
Yeah,
UK is
yeah.
yeah,
I
so
think we
much
can talk
better than
about that
Hong Kong.
next time, though. Otherwise, the whole episode
Yeah.
will tangent off to talk about cars.
Cars and yeah,
And Forza.
Leave that for a Forza. Yeah, or a Forza episode. So let's move on to the main part of the episode then, the Steam Summer Sale. Right, exciting. So, as mentioned at the beginning of the episode, Jax, you came up with a brilliant idea. Since we are spending money anyway, but we need time to see which game to buy, you asked, how about we buy games for each other instead?
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's a great idea, right? So for this little like gifting game, we are going to try to get a list of games consist of a genre that we think, well, we'll get a list of games that we think the other person will like, or games that each of us will want to try but not by ourselves.
Yep.
And the only limit we got is the budget, which is at a full games price, which is around $70, give or take, because with different kinds of exchange rate to Hong Kong dollars.
And someone cannot
there's
keep to
no-
the budget and end up spending too much.
Well, $10 too much or 20 only. Hong Kong dollars, mind that. But there's no limit to the maximum item we can buy for each other.
Yep.
You know, it's actually quite hard for me to choose a game for you since I know you have been playing a lot of games that you might like on Game Pass already. So it took me a long time to find a few games for you.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like, because you have so many games already, I'm sure the audience will now be able to see all the games that is in Ron's Steam library, PS library, and Xbox library, right? So it took ages to
Yeah.
find those. But I felt like there's a good range here. Like, I've got, one more time, I've got 6 different games here for you. There are some that definitely
okay.
I feel like you want, or at least at the genre of you normally play. And there are definitely games that I feel like you should try, and you probably wouldn't have bought it and tried it if I wasn't gifting
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of this little game we are doing.
You know what's
Yeah.
the best thing about it though? When I came up with this idea, is if it's a game that we wanted to buy anyway, I'm sure we have our own wish list for the summer Steam sale already.
Yes.
And if it doesn't show up today, I'll probably end up buying it anyway.
Yourself, yeah, I know. So that's why it's a good thing to see what level we're on. So, and if we don't get each other the game we want ourselves, we're going to buy anyway. So that's good.
Yes. Yes. All right. So how many
All right,
games did you
so-
have? I have 6.
I have 5.
So shall I start first?
Yeah, you should start first, of course. Yeah.
Okay. let's jump straight into this. This is super exciting. Okay, the first game,
Yes.
Ron, is a game that I know you want. And it's also the most expensive
Oh,
game. It's the most expensive game out of
okay.
the 6. So this is the one that I'm going to open with. Okay, I'm going to send you the link now so you can have a look at the same time. In that game,
Okay,
I
okay.
feel like it could also possibly be in your cart for me. And we're going to end up playing this co-op
Okay.
together because this game is
Oh, I didn't get you this game, right? Oh,
okay.
does it work? All right. Are you allowed to say the whole name
You can beep it later.
without being like you
Yeah.
can without being
So the
censored?
game is Ron. I think we can tell the audience what's the other game. Now you know it. Yes,
GTFO.
we've been talking about this
Yes.
game. So the reason I got this game, okay, this game right now, let me tell the audience the price. It was 299 Hong Kong. Now it's 200 dead. And we've been
200
looking,
dead.
this game's been out since 2021, and we've been looking at this game since we finished Payday 2. Because if I remember correctly, it is from creators of Payday 2 or another game similar. But it was in early development for a while, and then I didn't have a PC no more. And so we kind of forgot
Mhm.
about this game. So, GTFO, I hope you like this.
GTFO. Yes, I absolutely love this. I wanted to try for a long time, but I didn't thought Steam Deck was supported, so I didn't think to get it. So, especially
Yep.
with these days, we're waiting for Payday 2, 3,
Yes.
and the game is a bit more serious compared to Payday 2 or what's the game we played with dwarfs? Deep Rock, yeah. So
Yep.
I'm quite looking forward to this.
Yep. So just check up on the Steam Deck. It is playable. So in the Steam library, when you're at the Steam store page on the game, normally if you roll down halfway on the right, you'll see Steam Deck compatibility. So there's 3 grades. A grayed out logo is not compatible. It just means that you might run into trouble. It doesn't mean that it is straight up not playable. And then you'll get games like in a yellow logo playable. So if I click into that, it will say that GTFO is playable on Steam Deck, just that this game sometimes shows mouse, keyboard, or non-Steam Deck controller. So if I plug this into the keyboard and mouse and a monitor, then it is totally fine. And so sometimes another problem that we may encounter would be entering some text require manually invoking the on-screen keyboard. So these things might annoy you. So if you're straight up doing handheld, then sometimes the mechanics may annoy you. And then, of course, the best compatibility is the green logo, which is verified, which means pretty much it works.
Yes. Well, I'm really excited now.
Yes.
Are you getting it? Are you getting it by yourself now? Because I didn't go to this.
Oh, well, let's see. Let's see. Because there's
Let's
also
see.
other
Let's see.
games I want to get. So I might let you try that
Oh,
first. All right. I'm glad you like it, though. But to be honest, I knew you'd
yeah, I
like it.
loved it.
So we've talked about this for a while. And I feel like it's just a game that we probably would have forgotten. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, and I have forgotten about it already. So thank you very much. That's a great game.
Okay.
Okay, my turn now. So, all right. So for my game to you. So, the first game I bought for you, Jax, is a game that surprised for me to find out that it runs pretty well on Steam Deck.
Oh, that's
It
good.
is actually quite similar to what you gifted me just now, and we can do it co-op. And you should definitely try to play on the deck since it's verified to work. And I've also saw a lot of people online, or online saying that it's running really well on the deck.
Oh, what
And
game is that?
well, we played the
I'm
first
thinking.
game before. Yeah,
So
we
it's the
played the
second
first game
game.
before. It's a sequel. Yeah. And it's currently a 50% discount. And it's the most expensive game I got you on the list.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just Dying Light 2.
Oh, it does it fit the budget?
Yeah, Dying Light. It did fit the budget. It's currently at 50% off. It's at 234 Hong Kong dollars.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And I got this on the list mainly for a selfish reason, since I already got the game as well, so
Yep. So
I
it's
can
time for us to play.
find a partner to play together. Yeah, and it's
Nice.
actually a very good time for us to revisit the Dying Light series, since the game got a new update called Good Night, Good Luck, which addressed a lot of issue of the game to the fan base,
Yep.
with new night experience of the game, which is a lot darker and scarier and more dangerous, like the first game we played.
Yeah.
And they also add a few enemy types and overhauled the game with improvements like physics, parkour, and combat. So it's going to be a more complete game compared to when it is just out back in 2022, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
it's 1 year exactly.
it's 1 year
So
old. Yeah, yeah. So
looks
it's going to be
good.
fun.
Nice. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it. Thank you very much.
and we did enjoy a lot of time on Dying Light 1, and I still remember the first time we go out at night time, and
Yeah.
that was just mega fun. Yeah.
It was great because it was so
So looking
freaky.
forward to it.
Like that's the best thing about Dying
Yeah,
Light. Like at the start when you're quite weak and you don't know the mechanics well, just being hunted and
yeah,
having to run around. It was
yeah.
it was crazy. And I remember later on in the game it got a bit easier, but it was still like I think right, it was easier because we knew what to do.
Yes, but I still heard people say Dying Light 2 is getting more like Dying Light 1, so it's a good thing. That's what they
Oh,
are
that's
trying to
good.
say.
That's good. They
Yeah.
probably ended up making Dying Light 2 at the start to be too simple, easy, and arcade, just to have more players.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Grab more
hey,
players in. Yeah.
yeah, to be honest, yeah, one year later, it's the perfect time. Most things are patched, and there will be lots of content. Nice.
Yeah. And the great thing is I got you at half price.
Yeah,
So that's a good thing to wait.
it's perfect. It's perfect. Maybe we should do this every year,
Yes.
the Steam summer sale, and then we can do the Xbox sale later.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Xbox sale is
Just
also
Game
on
Pass.
now, so
Just
do
Game
you want
Pass.
to do it? Okay, just Game Pass is good.
It's good enough.
And we can actually do some gameplay later on the this co-op kind of game, so it's pretty cool.
Nice. Okay, you're ready for your second game?
Yeah, I can't wait. What is it going to be?
Okay, so now this game is something that I feel like this is a game that you probably didn't think about before, and this is a game that I feel like you should play because it's up my alley. Okay, something that I feel like you should try. You probably had the opportunity to play before, but you probably didn't. Okay, so because I know how much you hate indie games, so I'm gonna get you an indie game. Okay. Now this game is rated very high. Okay. So it is now 60% off. The game came out in 2021, and it is very similar to Tunic.
Oh,
So I hope you will like this. And this game is Death's Door. It was on Game Pass before.
oh,
Yeah.
ah. You know,
A big.
funny thing
I,
is, I was trying to get you that before, before I found out it's on the Game Pass before.
Yeah. So because I played
So I
this,
think you've tried
yeah,
it.
I've probably nearly halfway, a bit less than halfway. I'm
Okay.
probably 33%, a third of the game done. So yeah, but this is a good game. This is, I would say, is pretty much as good as Tunic. Like,
As good as Tunic. That's a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah, it is really good. To be honest, it's really good. And so, yep, it was $125. Now 60% off is $50. So
Well,
we should
that's a
have a
great
graphic
deal.
here now. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
great deal, right? So my first game is 200.33 and now it's $50. So currently I have spent $250.33.
That's amazing, mate.
Yep, so I've sent you the link. You can have a look at the gameplay. Yep.
It looks a bit better than Tunic, to be honest.
Is because I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it. It's Death's Door, so you are basically the Grim Reaper.
Oh, okay. I just saw you are the bird, so I didn't
Yeah,
expect you are the Grim Reaper.
yeah,
Okay, that's
because
pretty
you're the
fun.
crows.
Ah, okay.
It's good.
I'm the
I
the pro. Okay, I get
Yeah.
what you mean now. I
Yeah.
thought you just say you are the pro. I was like, pro of what?
You will be the pro later, you know. Yeah.
All right,
Is
pretty
a good
cool.
game
Thank
because
you.
at least I've played
Yeah.
a third and I know it's a good game. It's a game that I always wanted to go back to it. But
All right, that's pretty cool.
now we can try it out. And maybe you can play this on your Surface
Surface.
Pro. It's
Yeah,
not a difficult
definitely.
game to
Well,
run, so
let me check the spec and get back to you later.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next game I bought you. So, in the last episode, you mentioned a game called Dredge, right?
I did.
I didn't got you that game, but because that would be too predictable. But I
Yep.
got you another game that is quite similar to it, and
Is it
it's actually
Fishing
quite new.
Simulator 2023?
I wish I have now, but it's not. It's a game that is nearly nearly the same review compared
Okay.
to Dredge, and a lot of
Nice.
people is considered to buy either one of them.
Okay.
And it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam with 20,000 likes now,
Oh,
twenty
that's a lot.
thousand review. Yeah, so a lot of people is giving it a very, very high rated to it. I obviously is not interested, but since you're interested in a fishing game, it's called Dave the Diver.
Oh, I've seen that. Dave the Diver. I've seen
Yes.
it, but I didn't click into it before. Dave the Diver.
Yeah, so right. Main thing about this game is main thing about this game is it's verified by Steam Deck to run well on Steam Deck, and you are Dave the Diver, which
Nice.
is a middle-aged fat man,
That's
which
me.
is a role-playing game for you. It's not you.
Yep. No, it's a real
So-
life simulator.
So it's a casual single-player RPG featuring deep-sea exploration and fishing during the daytime and sushi restaurant management at night.
Nice.
So it's got exploration and sea diving and fishing that you wanted in Drenched, and management side that you always like in this kind of games.
Oh, I love management games.
So
It looks cool because I'm on the page now and it looks great. Because like I would say the first thing that the reason that I didn't click onto it because it's that kind of 16-bit style poster. So I didn't click into
Yes.
that before. But then now looking at the gameplay and someone streaming it, it looks cool and the sushi restaurant idea is great. And do you know what's the best thing? I think
Yeah.
that is kind of cool.
Mhm.
I reckon my wife will enjoy this also.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one game for two people. That would be awesome.
Yeah, because I reckon she'll like that. She loved the old school farm simulator on
Like-
the Facebook and that sort of
Yeah.
games. So yeah, thank you very much. It looks cool because never crossed my mind, but from looking at it, it looks cool.
Yeah, I was thinking like Drench was just too much of an easy choice.
Yeah.
And it got some farm simulating going on. It got a lot of mini games that you might not enjoy, but your wife will do a lot. So that'll be fun.
I think it'll be cool. Hey, it's gonna be me playing it.
You're playing the exploration part and the boss fight, and your wife is going to play the mini games.
The mini game looks like the old school Fruit Ninja, you know, those Wii games.
Those like
party
yeah,
Wii
Japanese
games back in the days.
the party games. Yeah. That's the good old times. I think that's why it earned such a good score.
Yeah, it's great. And
Yeah.
to be honest, 20,000 reviews is amazing because the game came out
Yeah.
in what? The game came out in June. Maybe it was early access.
No, it was. I think it's just released. Yeah.
That is pretty incredible. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I am. It looks cool. All right. So, Ron, thank you very much for Dave the Diver. I reckon I'll probably have a lot of fun because I've looked at the gameplay and it looks quite addictive. So, it's exactly my type of game loop, you know? So, now you said that you bought Dave the Diver because I said I wanted to play the game Dredge, and it was also something along with fishing.
Fish Simulator.
So my next game for you is definitely a game that you haven't thought about. It's definitely a game that I think I like, and you should try it out. Let me send you the link.
Mhm.
And at $132 is a new game. It's a game I've talked about and it's a game that you nearly bought me. So it's time for you
Okay.
to try Dredge and tell me if it's any good. And then I will. So
All
we.
right.
Hey.
I
Yes,
really
right.
did not
Because
expect this.
I feel like it looks like a
Yeah.
really, really cool game and something different from what you play.
Yeah.
So on Steam, it's like 13,000 overwhelmingly positive review. Came out in basically 31st of March recently. Yeah, so I think we can later do an episode on fishing simulators, and you can talk about Dredge, and I can talk about Dave the Diver.
Yeah, definitely. Since I see Dredge is a bit more darker tone to it compared to Dave. And it's more like a 3D
Yes.
game compared to the Dave as well. So I might enjoy it
Yeah.
more than Dave the Diver. So
Some of the graphics remind me of Sea of Thieves, so let's see, and you know, it's a
oh yeah,
perfect
it
game to
does, it
get you
does.
ready for shipbuilding and customization in Starfield by getting your fishing trawler ready first, and infantry management just
Yeah.
like Diablo.
Oh no, I really hate that. But the Diablo don't have
Yeah, not
inventory
anymore,
management, so
not anymore
that's a good
because
thing about it. Yeah,
yeah, I
not
think that's
anymore, but
definitely just a
yeah.
quick tangent. That's definitely something that like a modern game helps. Back in the days, Diablo, we had to drag and
Mhm.
click and actually manually move and space them. Then later on, it came a button where you automatically sort, but you still had to drag things in and out. But now it's just easy. I think it's to do with
Yeah.
helping with the consoles because consoles you can't really inventory manage.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's
that
true.
is Dredge, I bet a game that you
Yeah.
never thought of. And now you have this. So far, just a quick recap. I am gifting you GTFO, a game that you like, and I think is definitely a game that you would normally play. And then two indie games that you wouldn't have
Yes.
probably ever bought.
Never bought myself, yeah. Especially Death Door. I thought about buying Death Door before, so I think I'll enjoy it very much. And Dredge, I might play Dredge more compared to Death Door, since Death Door
Yes.
is a bit roguelike and like Diablo. So I
Yeah.
might want to try something new. So Dredge seems like to be a
Yeah,
better choice
definitely.
right now
Hopefully,
for
it's
me.
also a casual game. So if it's a game that you can just stop anytime, then it's perfect. That's exactly the game that like Hades can't really do because if I remember correctly, you have to a tunic. You have
Yes.
to save halfway. You have to find save points, and I think Hades, can you save at all,
Mhm.
or do you die?
You die, Hades, you
Yeah,
die, and then you just go
yeah,
back
exactly. So
to the start.
yeah, so
Yeah, so it's a bit
something
different, yeah.
looking at Dredge. And then so I won't buy it this time. I'll wait for your review and decide whether I want to buy Dredge later.
Yeah, absolutely. And by that time, I think we can just buy ourselves the other game to
Yeah.
see how
So
it
yeah,
fares out.
we're halfway point, and I feel like if there's time in the episode, once we finish, we can definitely give a quick view on games that made our shortlist but didn't ultimately make the wish list. Okay. So that's Dredge. What have you got me next, Ron?
Next is okay. Let me just go for a game that is actually the cheapest game I got you.
Oh,
It's only at 38 Hong Kong dollars. It's
nice.
60% off.
Oh,
And like you said before, you're going to let your wife play Dave the Diver.
mm,
So I was thinking, like, hey, how about a game that you can enjoy with your family or friends with the Steam Deck, since you can bring the Steam Deck nearly everywhere.
okay.
So I played the next game on VR before, and it's also on PC.
Is it Beat
I
Saber?
don't know if you. Nah, it's not Beat Saber. Beat Saber you have to play in VR, and
Yes.
this game is requires a lot of reading and a lot of
Oh,
communication. I
okay.
really did enjoy it the two times I played it with my friends in VR. But with Steam Deck, I think it's way much easier compared to VR, since you have to bring a lot
Okay.
of gear. So the next game I bought you is called. All right, let me send you the WhatsApp link, the Steam page link first. It's
Yes.
called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh, interesting. I've never heard of this game before.
Yes. Right. So this game I play on VR. So one of the player is going to be the guy who is going to defuse the bomb,
Yeah.
and the other players, you can go up to 3 or 4 players. The other players is going to read from a menu to try to help you to disarm the bomb.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's like a board game for you. And
Yeah.
with the Steam Deck, you can bring it everywhere.
Yes. Okay, that looks cool. And hey, because Steam Deck is so easy to take on travel as well, so this could definitely seem like a game that I will get in an argument with my wife.
Yes, definitely. You have to read from a menu. And funny thing, when I was playing on VR, I actually print out the PDF they got me, so the other players can look from the paper to actually try to disarm the bomb, like they do on those old school bomb disposal movies.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the Steam page. That's exactly how it showed is played.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh, that is cool. This is definitely a game that I did not expect and I didn't even know. So
Yeah,
this is a very cool game. And I think like if I take my Steam Deck and I go to a friend's dinner, after dinner, sometimes you're having a drink and you're just chilling and chatting.
yeah,
This could definitely be a cool game.
yeah. And after a few drinks, it's going to be even harder.
So
Just
so
remember to print out a few copies of the menu,
yep,
so a
yep.
lot more people can play.
Okay, so I'm looking at it. So one person is a diffuser and the others have the
Yes.
menu, but they can't see the bomb. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then is there a time limit to? I guess there's a time limit.
Yes, there's a time limit. Yeah, if you can see the first screenshot of it, the bomb have a time on it. So
Yeah,
the screenshot says 3 minutes, and you have 3 minutes to disarm the bomb. And you have different panels on the bomb,
yeah.
and you have to find that panel on different pages to see what the solution is.
This is very, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I was playing on VR with my friends, I was thinking like, oh, Jax would actually love this game.
Yeah.
And once you bought Steam Deck, I was like, oh, I should recommend it to you someday. And this Steam sale is perfect timing for it.
Yes, it is. It really, really is. That is. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I
You're
can
most
see
welcome.
lots of use for this game, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
party game or just to ruin the party.
Or lighten it up.
Yes, yes, yes,
Blowing up the
yes.
party. All right. So going on to the next game. So, Jax, what's the next game I'm expecting?
Okay, so I'm looking now just to quick recap. I've got you 6 games in total. You got me 5. So this is now my
Yes.
4th game. Now, I feel like, I don't know why, but you might have played this, but it's not in any of your library. But it's such a
Okay.
good game that I hope you haven't completed it. But if you have completed it, but if you don't want to play it again, just let me know. I can definitely change it up later. But this is a
Okay.
game that I haven't finished, but that's exactly a game that I also wanted to play. It's a game that is close to what you like to play. So, okay, here we go.
I have no idea.
Yes. It's a third person. It's a third person
Oh.
adventure. So that's definitely
Ah.
well, kind of adventure, mystery, a bit dark.
In my ballpark already.
Exactly. So, when we decide the games, I try and put 1 or 2 that will push your boundaries, like Dredge, and then 1 or 2 that you will at least enjoy. I hope you haven't, but this game has been out since 2020, and this is the ultimate edition. So, if you have played it before,
Oh.
maybe you played it on the basic, and this game is Control.
Oh, Control.
Control
Yeah.
Ultimate.
I think I finished the game, the base game, but I haven't finished the DLC.
Yep. But I hope it's a game that you wouldn't mind going back to because it is
Yeah, I won't mind
a
going back to
phenomenal
it
game.
since the old PC can't handle it too well, especially it was on a 6 years old graphic cards.
Oh, now you have a
And
new
the
one.
new PC, yeah. A new one is gonna be pretty cool, yeah.
Okay, so Control
And
is 75% off right now. It was 200.
75
Yeah,
is a
it was
great deal.
288. 288. Now it's $72. So I feel like
Oh.
this could be a game you don't mind to play again.
Yeah, I don't mind going back to it since I still remember when I was playing it. I was like, oh, I have to come back sometime. When you're playing this game, the music and the environment just gives you a spine chilling feeling to it. So
Yeah.
definitely going to go back to it.
It is a little spooky as
Yeah.
well because I played it on when it was on Game Pass like 2 years ago when there was no game to play. I didn't get to finish it before it left. So, but I've read that
Oh, I see,
when the
I see.
Steam Deck came out, this is one of the games that they keep saying that it ran great, and so yeah, I'm gonna let you play it first, and then one
Yeah,
day
thank
this
you,
will
thank
be
you.
This will be
Yeah,
on my
since
list again. So originally, I just wanted to say, originally, this is something that from Steam that I never knew. So originally, I wanted to buy you the Disco Elysium and Final Cut
Mhm.
Plus Control Ultimate Edition bundle for $104. That would fit my budget perfectly. But I realized that when I added to the cart and I wanted to gift you, it said that this is a bundle for me only and I can't send it as a gift.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the trailer again. So the game looks absolutely amazing, and I really won't mind
Ah,
going back to it.
yeah.
So
I,
yeah,
I
it was
didn't.
going
Yeah,
to
I didn't
enjoy a
see
lot of
the other
time playing
bundle.
it.
Maybe I could have just bought you the Control and Alan Wake bundle just to get ready for the next Alan Wake.
Oh, right. Well, I won't mind playing Alan Wake, but that's
Hey,
for the
hey, hey!
another
You know
time.
what?
Yeah.
You're $20 odd over budget, so I'm gonna get you the Alan Wake and Control Ultimate bundle. So we match parity.
Is that really? I'm only 20 above limit,
Yeah,
so
we're close
you're going to be
enough.
30. It's close enough. Okay,
Close
okay.
enough. Close enough. Yeah. So not that you're gonna
All right,
need more
cheers.
games that eat up time, but so that's Control. I hope you will enjoy it again. Anyway, it can be backlogged, but when you have no games to play later,
Yeah.
load this up again.
Uh,
This will be great.
okay, okay. That would be great, yeah. And if you're going to buy me the bundle, I'm just going to play Alan Wake first,
Yeah, play Alan
since
Wake.
Alan Wake have the they're actually in the same universe, I think,
Yes.
and it have a really mind-bending storyline to it. I heard a lot of great things about it, but I haven't played it yet. So
Oh, you've not
yeah.
played Alan Wake. Okay, so here you go. Get the bundle. So I'm buying you Alan Wake, and it comes with Control.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you very much. All right, so let me recap on the games I've bought you so far. First game is Dying Light 2. It's a co-op game that we can play together, a zombie game.
Nice.
And the second one is Dave the Dive. And the third one is a game that you did not expect it. Is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Yep.
You can play it on your Steam Deck, or one
Yep.
day, if you buy the Apple Vision Pro, you can play in VR on it.
Oh yeah, now play on AR. That'd be pretty cool.
All right, you can do AR. That would be awesome.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, let's see, let's see. All right, so the next game I've bought you is actually the game you just talked about for trying to buy me. I
Oh, is
actually
it
got your Disco Elysium for it.
nice? Because that is a game that
Yeah.
I saw and I felt like I wanted to play. So
Yeah, I was like, I only played around 2 hours of it, and
yeah.
the only conclusion I get is Jax will love this game. So instead of me actually trying to enjoy the game, I was like, oh, there's too much readings, too much character building. I actually enjoy it since it is more of a quite different game from the RPG games I played before.
Yep.
Since when I bought it accidentally thinking it will be something like a action RPG.
Yep.
But going in, I was like, oh, this is all reading. So I stopped playing it. I think the first go I tried it, but I revisited it after I think about getting you this. And when I start to play the game for about 2 hours of it, I quite enjoy it since it's more like a book,
Yeah.
but most of the lines they're all voiced and really good voice acting as well. And it's
Yeah.
also very, very well written. The choices you get from the game at the character creation page, you can choose from a physic, but you are dumb, or you can do you are clever, but you are far away, like you are a hermit, so you don't know how to deal with people,
Yeah.
or you are a charming guy, but you will go crazy from time to time. So
That is very cool.
yeah, but also you can also create your own character, and I think you have a very different kind of skill tree to it. Since overall the gameplay is not really about combat; it's about interrogating characters
Yep, you're a
and
detective.
solving
Yep.
crimes.
Yep.
Yeah, and the graphics looks very novel-like, comic-like, so it will run perfect on your Steam Deck. So you
Yeah.
can just bring it out like reading a book. So it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I see
Hope
it
you
is
enjoy it.
Steam Deck verified, and I reckon I'll
Yeah.
enjoy it already because this was a game that was already in my cart for myself because at $44,
Oh,
75%, it's perfect.
Oh,
And
yes. It's only 44, yeah.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of people talk great things about Disco Elysium. And looking at it now, Metacritic 97, and lots of 10 out of 10s from many, many publications. So it looks super cool. And it's that type of RPG that, I don't know, maybe it looks a bit dark and cold. So it reminds me of Wasteland 3, reminds me of those. There was a bunch of these type of RPG that I enjoyed playing 2 years ago. Things like Desperado 3, and then Weird West. So thank you
Yeah,
very
pretty
much.
cool.
This is
You're most
definitely a
welcome.
game I want to play, and it's on my list already. Now I can check it off my cart. Okay, are you ready for your next game? Your game number
Yeah, pretty
5.
excited. So far, I got a lot of great games. So,
Yeah. So yeah, just a quick recap. First game is GTFO, a game that you like. Death Store and Dredge is a game that I like and I hope you try. And then my last game was Alan Wake and comes with Control, so a game that you will like.
yeah.
The next game I would jump back to a game that I love, but is a genre that you also like because I know how much money you've sank into City Skylines. So
Oh,
I know you love City Builder.
yes,
Okay.
I do.
Yes. So there's a few different types of city builder. So nowadays, like first type of city builder was like SimCity, and then it kind of
Mhm,
spun off to different styles. Like City Skyline is like realistic and just ultra detailed, and then there
mhm.
are some city builders where it is more scenario based and story
Oh,
heavy. And the good thing about this game is it does end. It's not
oh, is it? There's an
infinitely.
ending. Okay.
Yes, there is an
Oh, that's good.
ending. Yes, so there is a limited time, and but there are many, many different scenarios. And this game I absolutely love.
Oh,
And
Frostpunk.
it is Frostpunk. I hope you will try it.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It is
yeah.
absolutely stunning. And at 80% off, it was 187. Now it's
Oh, 80% off.
37.4. Now it's only $37. And so I didn't have
Wow.
budget to add. I didn't have budget to add in all the um, DLCs. So if you like it,
Leave that to me.
you can
Leave
get
that
them
to
later.
me.
Yes. So currently, just to give a quick nod to the DLCs, I haven't played any of the DLCs, and there are 3 DLCs
Okay.
here. And so what happens with the DLC is just it gives you a set scenario. For the listeners who don't know what Frostpunk is, it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world where it's a steampunk genre, and you're like in the medieval ages, and you're trying to guide a group of survivors trying to survive the cold. And so you have
Mhm,
to start building a city by reigniting the steam cores in the middle of the city as a heat generator. And then you kind of build in a circular style of a city around it. The best and absolutely best thing about Frostpunk is, I mean, the management part is fun, like resources collecting.
mhm.
But the best part is it will always put you in difficult scenarios because every player starts off wanting to be good. Yes, you want to be a good mayor, but it will always put you in difficult scenarios. Whether you choose, say, when people start to lose hope, do you choose religion or do you choose law and order? How are you going to deal with discontent? And are you going to make the children work or are you going to put them in schools and eat up your resources? So I hope you enjoy
Mhm.
this game.
Yeah, I will definitely enjoy it since I heard so much good thing about it, and I want to play it before Frostpunk 2 come out, and also before I play the board game with you. So it'll
Yes,
be amazing.
it will be. It will be. It is really good. Like, because I know you like city builders, so this kind of hits both. And I know you love story heavy
Yeah,
games,
I
and
do.
you love city builders. And the one of the great thing is, unlike things like City Skylines, where I feel like you can just be a sandbox and play in an infinite amount, this will end. There's a set amount of turns per game.
Yeah,
So,
that was amazing. Yeah,
so
thank you very much for it.
that's
Yeah, I'm going
Frostpunk.
to love it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, so the final game I bought you is also a city builder.
Oh, I love city builders.
Yeah. So I was a bit worried about this game since, according to the Steam page, it's only playable, not verified, since there's some function that is not accessible with the default controller configuration.
Okay.
But I was thinking like you can use the mouse and keyboard if you play this
Yes.
game. And yes, and they also told me that some in-game text is too small to read, but you can just plug it into your PC monitor so you
Yes.
can read it on the screen.
Or
And
skip the
also,
words.
yeah, just skip the word yet. I don't think you can skip the word since I think there's a lot of scenario in this game that you have to read the text.
Yeah.
But it says the default graphics configuration on it is performing well on Steam Deck. So I was like, it's just buy for you to try it out at least.
Yeah.
So the final game I bought you is a sci-fi city building game that looks pretty much like the show Expanse we saw before.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah. The final game I bought you is on 35% discount and it's called Axion.
Oh, Ezio.
It's a space station builder. As
That is
a
cool.
administrator of the space station, you are the administrator of Tyquin. So you're going to build and develop the space station and going to expand across the universe to find out if you can keep humanity alive across the universe.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I read the game is a bit hard since you might have to play a few playthroughs to actually grasp the mechanics behind it before you can progress onward. But it also provides different kind of events to it since there's a great narrative story behind it. So you can find out and tell me if it is any good. I was actually going to buy it myself since it
Yep.
looks exactly like Expanse and you got a huge galaxy map that you can travel in the solar system. And
Okay.
the city building looks pretty interesting. So it's
It
quite
looks
different from what we used to play since the space station is in a circle. And so
Yeah.
everything you build on it is in circle.
Yeah, it looks very cool. And just looking at the Steam page, do you know what's the best thing about it? I think we can
Yeah.
both buy it because there's a City Builder Survival bundle. So the Axion is now 35%. It is at 141. 141. If you add 10 more dollars, you can get Frostpunk.
Can I get the bundle for it?
I'll get you the bundle. You get me the bundle. Let's just do that because I want both games. Because I play Frostpunk
Right.
on Game Pass on the Xbox, and it'll be great on this.
Okay,
probably-
let's get the bundle then.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that I will love because just looking at Steam, the cool thing about Steam is there's always this thing is this game relevant to you? And right now I've got Surviving Mars, which I really enjoyed. I've got like 18 hours on Surviving Mars, and then there's another game that I bought semi-recently called Space Haven. I haven't really put time into that yet. And recently, even though I am playing Diablo 4 a lot, I actually bought another city builder sort of game. It's called Terraformer.
Oh.
It's called Terraformer, which is
right,
you're like terraforming Mars. It was like about $60, and I absolutely love those games. And so I can already foresee I'm gonna love Axion. Or just looking at the trailer now as the ring space station jump in, it looks exactly like Expanse with the cathedral ship.
Yeah, Expanse. Oh yeah, that was an amazing episode and end of the season thing. Yeah, you talk
Damn.
about Terraformer. I was planning to get you that, but I found out you got it on your account, so I just
Yes.
have to find something else. And I think this one looks great since we both watched Expanse and it got a story behind it that people are saying it is great. So
Yeah.
was that's one of the best games you will like, I think, on the list.
Yeah, definitely. Like other games that I have listed, which are basically resource management, city builders, are Astro Colony is on my wish list. I'm just waiting for it now, definitely, for next time it's on discount. Yeah, so those type of games. There's another game called Terra Invicta that looks very cool.
Terra
So
Inflictor.
I have many of those. If you could, good thing I hit my wish list. Otherwise, you just see they're all city builders.
It's really hard for me to buy your type of game since I think you have played most of them. So it was like I
Yeah.
was quite surprised you didn't have Exion already. I was quite worried if you played somewhere else. So I did a lot of research behind it, and I find out it was not on Game Pass. It was not on Xbox. So
Yeah,
it was a good
so
game
safe.
to jump for it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. So just to recap, you got me Dying Light, you got me Dave the Diver, you got me Everybody Talk, or Keep Talking, Nobody Explode. And then, yep. And then you got me Disco Elysium and then
Yes.
Axion. All 5 games are definitely games I'll be playing. You know, most of the games are resource management based. Now, the
Yeah.
biggest resource I need to manage is going to be my time.
Even Dying Light 2, you have resource management, but yeah,
Yes.
time is going to be the most important part of it.
Okay. Are you ready for your final game, which is also resource
Oh, yeah, I
management?
have a bonus. Okay.
Okay. This game, I think you won't play it for a long time, but this game is
Okay.
a game you played long time ago when you were young,
Oh,
and it's a game that I
Age of
know you
Empire.
love. At $44,
All right.
75% off. This is better than Age of Empires. It is Age of Mythology
Oh my
Extended
God.
Edition. Because
Oh my.
I know you
What
love.
extended is that?
Yes, it's the new extended. I think it's the remaster because it came out at 2014.
Oh, I see. I see.
Now, I don't know
But
if you're gonna
I,
put much time into it, but I think this is a game that you loved long time ago. I know you
yeah,
love the Egyptian mythology, especially,
yeah.
and so I think it should be a game that is in your library at least.
I was main in Egypt back when I was playing Age of Mythology. Yeah, so yeah, I think they actually released a new faction behind it as well.
Like, to be honest, I know that's why I left this game last, because this is definitely a game that is not hype. I doubt you'll be playing a lot, but I know you love
Mhm.
this game, and to have it in the library just to go back to it, I think it'll be cool. Hey, let me just read you what is the new in the extended edition. Okay, you might be
All
able to
right.
put your new PC to work. It's got improved visual with time of day, improved water, shadows, specular maps, global lighting, anti-aliasing, and ambient occultation, you know? So let's see
Ah,
if your
okay.
computer can run it.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. My PC can definitely run it.
Yeah, that concludes all the games we've given, you know?
Yes.
What other games made your short list but didn't ultimately make the
Wow.
final list? I'm quite intrigued.
So the first one I think of getting you, but didn't get you at the end is Company of Heroes 3. I think
Yep.
since it's not supported on Steam Deck, so
Yeah.
I was like, there's no point of getting you that.
It's also quite a new game and it's not a big discount, so it would have eaten your budget a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, one game that I'm just gonna say two because they're very similar. One of the games that I feel like I've talked about quite a lot and I want to get you to try is definitely games like Crusader Kings 3 or Victoria 3. So I had those two
All right.
in the list, but then in the end, it lost out to Death Door and Dredge because I feel like
Yeah.
at least Dredge and Death Door is quite straightforward, and you
Yeah.
don't need to learn the game as much.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So the other game that I thought to buy you is a turn-based combat game. But the main reason I didn't get you that is because I think you are probably too tired of the Marvel's universe. So I
Oh,
didn't get
is it
you that.
Midnight Suns?
Yeah, Midnight Suns. It was on great
Yes.
discount and people think it's a good game. And it's going to work great on Steam Deck, but I think you are just too tired from these superhero games and movies. So I didn't get you that at the end. So
Yeah, like
yeah.
I still have XCOM 2 in my Steam library and I've only played probably 3 hours. So as a similar game, I'll probably want to finish XCOM 3 first. But hey, good choice. Like if you gave me that, I'll probably still play it. But I think the current 5 is better. Okay,
Yeah.
another game that I got you is a turn-based game, and it's a game that ultimately in the end I didn't buy because I know you wouldn't play it due to you'll be afraid that you'll never sleep, and that's Stellaris.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I
Because we
thought
used
about
to
getting you
play,
that.
yeah, we used to
I
play,
remember you played it.
yeah, I played it. We used to play Civilization, and we just didn't sleep because of the turn-based mechanic. And so
Yeah.
because hey, it's 75% now at $57. It's a great deal. But then I felt like, oh, probably you should respect your time a little bit. Remember, we had a
Yeah.
off mic conversation saying that, oh, I try not to buy you games that will totally eat up all your time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
I remember that. Yeah. So I don't hate these kind of games, but I try to avoid it now since I'll either spend too much time on it, or I just won't ever play it. So I won't buy it on my own. So
Yep.
yeah, good choice for not getting me that. So I'll be still around for Diablo 4. So the next game I wanted to buy you, but I don't want to buy it myself. Is Tiny Tina
oh,
Wonderlands, I think. Yeah,
oh, that was actually a
the
game that
Borderland
I
game.
thought about also.
Yes, but I was like, just thinking back about the Borderland 3 times and the loot we have to spend running around. I was like, there's better game for you to spend on Steam Deck, especially I'm already getting you Dying Light 2, so
Yeah, I looked at that game also because I remember the time, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like when we played Borderlands 3 and the Handsome Jack or whatever, the one on the moon and things like that,
yeah.
I just didn't enjoy it as much as back in the days because,
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
mentioned, we don't have as much time now. And to chase the loot, I mean, it's a great story to be honest to play through, but I looked at the Steam page and then I just looked at it and I was like, you know what? If I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it due to time and things, I probably doubt you'll like it as much also. So I didn't put that game
Yeah.
down in the end.
Yeah. Great that we're on the same page, at least.
Okay, so now I had two more games listed and I didn't choose it in the end because I didn't know which one of the two you would prefer. They are basically the same style of game, but set in totally different universe. So they're both third person adventure sort of game. It was going to
Mhm.
be either Callisto Protocol or Atomic Heart
Oh.
or the Atomic Heart.
Ah. Okay.
And I feel like these are the type of games that you'll play and you will at least try. And well, it's third person adventure. I reckon you'll play it. But then I
Mhm.
was like, oh, I was jumping back and forth. Oh, do I give you Callisto or do I give you Atomic Heart? Or is it Callisto or Atomic Heart? And so in the end, I went with Control, Alan Wake.
Yeah, that's a good choice since I think Atomic Heart is still on Game Pass.
Yeah. And it's kind of semi
Yeah.
new and it's still at $256. So Callisto is at 170, Atomic Heart is
Yeah.
256. It would have eaten a lot of my budget. And so I didn't buy that in the end.
Yeah, that's a good choice. And I also thought about getting you Callisto Protocol or the what's that called? Death something?
Death,
I mean, oh, Death
uh,
Space. Yeah,
Death Space.
I thought about getting you Death Space as well, but I was thinking like you might not play that game, so you love the podcast, the episode, the story podcast of Callisto
Yes.
Protocol.
Yes,
So I really thought
exactly.
about getting you that, but
Like,
I think the
y-
game is like you've got too much commitment for you to play into that game. So I was like,
yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Like those two games are on my wish list. And it's the type
Mhm.
that I know I wouldn't realistically spend much time, but it's the type of game that I hope I'll play, especially because of the audio story, the radio drama that we listened
Mhm.
to with Callisto. It just set everything up great. Who knows? Let's see. Maybe Winter Cell.
Yeah. So the final game on my list for thinking about getting you is just a game since we agreed that we have to play the game that we bought each other at least for about 2 to 3 hours, maybe.
Mhm.
I thought we agreed on 30, but I was thinking like 2 to 3 hours. So I was trying to troll you to buy you a game that is exclusive on PlayStation 5 before and is now on Steam, and it's Death Stranding. It's a walking simulator, open world walking simulator with a story behind it. I personally have not played it before, so I was like, oh, let's just troll you and get you the game that is a walking simulator. But we heard it from our mutual friend Samuel that is a great game, so I was quite interested in it. So it's also on my list, but I'm going to play it on PlayStation 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, funny thing, Death Stranding, I think I just have it on my wish list for some weird reason.
Oh, what? Really?
No, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't think I will. I just put a bunch of games that are like first or third person adventure, and I feel like I should give those more of a go. And that's why a bunch of those games are just on my wish
Yeah.
list, you know?
Yeah, and it's a little bit out of your comfort zone since it's an open world game that you have to walk around. I think the story will pick up the story will pick up a little bit at the very beginning, but slow down in the middle. So it's gonna be hard to push through.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure when I get myself to at least give Starfield a few hours, there'll be a lot of walking.
Yeah. Yeah, especially there's no vehicles or mounts in Starfield. So
Yeah,
it's more about walking or jetpacking. So, or spaceship
yeah,
flying. So that'll be good.
which is very, very cool. All right, let's wrap this up. So, just to give a final count on the games that I got wrong, the first game I got him was GTFO, a game that
Hmm.
I know he will try and play if I get it also, and
Yeah.
I got him three kind of smaller, I wouldn't say indie games that he wouldn't play normally, Death Door and Dredge, and then I'm gonna count Frostpunk into that genre, games that I like, or in the case of Dredge, I haven't played but I wanted to get, and then I got
Oh,
him Alan Wake with Control just to satisfy his third person horror
yeah.
psychedelic style game,
Yeah.
and then finally just a game
Great
for
choice, by the way.
memories.
Yeah.
Just finally a game for memories. Age of Mythology.
And for me, the games I got Jax is Dying Light 2, a game that we can co op together finally. Second game I got him is Dave the Diver, which is an indie single player game with restaurant management. The third game I got Jax is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which is going to be a great party games for him since he's always drinking out. And it will be a
Was.
great thing to bring his yeah, was. Well, you might be able to play with your daughter in around, I say, 5 years or 6 years. So that'll be a
Hey,
good
I
game for
think
for the long run.
she should control it, and I will look at the manual maybe.
That'll be great. The other game I got, Jax, is a story-heavy driven game, Disco Elysium, which is a special RPG game, like a novel, but a audiobook as well at the same time, which I
Mhm.
think you'll enjoy a lot. And the final game I got, Jax, is the Axion City Builder in space with Frostpunk now, so as a bundle to
Yeah, let's
it.
just put those in bundles because I want both games,
Yeah,
and I think you want
yeah,
both also.
that'll
So,
be great.
hey, with just $10 extra and you get Frostpunk, I think that's a great deal.
Yeah, so why not? So yeah,
Before you wrap this up, Ron, which two games are you likely to install and try first?
I'm gonna install Death Door absolutely, since it's a more relaxed type of game compared to the other ones you bought me. And the next one I might install is gonna be, let's see, I want to say GTFO, but it's a bit too intense, and I would really like to wait for you to play together. And maybe Control or Alan Wake, I think.
Yes, yes,
Alan
yes.
Wake.
Good
Probably
choice.
Alan Wake since I haven't played before, yeah.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
Hey,
Yeah.
what about you?
So currently the games that I'm playing, I was playing Terraformer and playing Diablo 4. So I
Uh-huh.
would definitely want a lighter game just to bounce in and out. So definitely Dave the Diver. I reckon I'll
Ah, good
install that.
choice.
Yep. And
Oh right, I
then
might play Dredge.
yes. So we can talk about it soon, right?
Yeah, I forgot about Dredge. Yeah,
For
so
work.
instead of
Alan
what
Wake.
was that? Alan Wake. I might play Dredge first. Yeah, it'll be
Yes.
awesome.
And then the second game I might just have on the background to go through might be Disco Elysium. Might be
Ah,
Disco
okay,
Elysium.
okay.
I think I'll wait Dying Light I'll wait until we finish or we are tired of Diablo, and maybe
Yes,
during
definitely.
August when there's traditionally not many games to play. Maybe that's
Mhm.
when we can try out Dying Light and play co-op
Yeah,
together.
that'll be great timing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do want us to finish Diablo main campaign first because the season one
Yeah.
is dropping in about a few days. So we
Oh,
should,
already?
yeah, season one's dropping soon. So we should definitely try and
I'll have
finish
to
the
catch
main
up.
quest.
For Diablo, I think I'm about 2 to 3 hours behind you, so I need some time to catch up.
Yeah, definitely. Or we can wrap this up now and jump into Sanctuary and kill some stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Right. So thank you very much again for watching. To our audience, what have you got during the Steam summer sales? Let us know by dropping a comment. Like if you enjoyed our conversation, or if you want to join in on our gift party next time.